test for us where we had our foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Start off the game, it was really easy. We were going back and forth with them, trading punches, and we gave them confidence, and they came out at halftime and they took the lead for a little bit, and going into the fourth quarter, it was a tough game. So handle your business early, and you give other teams confidence. I mean, they're pros too, so the respect was there, but I think some of our adjustments that we talked about going into the game, we didn't execute them at a high level. It was one of those ugly games, but it's a true testament to us just staying the course, being mature about it down the stretch, staying poised, and getting to our spots when we needed. We didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but I feel like we put ourselves in a great position to win the ball game down the stretch.
We know this is an unusual Luka game. Is there a moment that you realize that it's you as a teammate, it's your responsibility to pick him up on an off night?
Yeah, I mean it's a collective responsibility. We expect a lot out of Luka. He expects a lot of himself. The kid is hungry. I don't call him a kid, but the guy's hungry to be perfect every single night, and I admire that about him. But he's human, just like the rest of us, and when he's not able to hit shots that he normally makes, we got to pick him up. But I like that he was still aggressive. I like that he still was remaining, aggressive in terms of coming off the pick and roll and making plays. He had 16 assists tonight, 10 rebounds. So he was doing all those things. I was just trying to encourage him. Those shots he normally makes, they'll go in moving forward. I'm not worried, but true testament to our team and just us being able to galvanize around that. Kind of going on with Luka and me pushing the pace a little bit more and getting other guys involved and just being aggressive.
In addition to you, what's the importance of Dante? Just providing third ball.
He's a pressure reliever, man.
Yeah.
He's like one of those Swiss Army knives that you could throw in there at any point. Could play with anybody out there at any point, and makes a big difference for us. Man, it takes a ton of weight off our shoulders.
Why do you think that this team has been able to kind of flip the switch on defense?
We made adjustments to our lineup, and since then, I think the numbers have spoken for themselves. We have a good starting five where we're defensive-minded first, and we got guys that get us extra possessions, and it's no knock on the starting lineup that we had majority of the season or guys that we had in the locker room, but I think we found a fit that works, and we're sticking to it, and we have a lot of trust in each other, and guys are settling into their roles a little bit better, and I think the patience is there, and then also we talk about the maturity, but we do our best as professionals to tell you guys in the media what we go through on a day-to-day basis on what it's like to be in the starting lineup and then come off the bench, or somebody come off the bench, or be coming off the bench and then go into the starting lineup. It's an adjustment for everybody, and I think when we were going through that transition phase, it wasn't the prettiest. We weren't getting a lot of stops, so once we found something that clicked and worked, I think we just feed confidence to that, feed positive encouragement, and now we're seeing results. So, regardless of how we start the game, we're just worried about how we play well for each other and continue to encourage each other through the adversity of the game, which is naturally going to come.
It's been 9 evenings. How's the last 3 evenings been for you? Not just on the court, but just off the court.
Oh man, it's been incredible, man. It's been incredible. I've been challenging myself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and also accepting everything that comes with this. So I'll just leave it at that.
But you've got a guy like Wemby in there. You're such a creative finisher. Mm-hmm. Do you have to, obviously you're aware of where he is. Do you have to change anything to compensate or
yeah, you got to be aware of him, like late challenging, and his timing is so, he has the timing of a guard. I don't know if it's just he's played against guards. But I'm just saying, I think he's had a lot of reps of playing against good guards and guarding them one-on-one. Like today, I thought I had a reverse layup, and he ended up blocking it on the left side because I thought he was going to be on the right side. But he has this long wingspan, so he covers up a lot of space. And me as a competitor and a challenger, I like going in there and challenging him, because if you could finish on Wemby, I feel like you could finish on anybody in the world. And he's going to block some, and he's going to make you change it, but it's only going to make you better as a basketball player, and that's what I want, and I think everybody should relish in that, but also be smart in challenging him, because he does bait you a lot. He does do things like a defensive player of the year would. He's showing signs that he's exceeded all the defensive player of the year stats previous to guys that have won it. You guys see it. I don't know who they're going to pick, but I mean, he has all the tools to be named Defensive Player of the Year.
He's a candidate for sure.
He's for sure a candidate. I don't know how he wouldn't be. I mean, unless the game's played in minutes. But I mean, he's every Defensive Player of the Year that's won in the past few years. He's like almost head and shoulders, and we still have 15 some odd games or some games left. So I give him credit for being such a young player, but learning on the fly and doing everything he can to get his team wins.
I can't remember if he was on the court or even in the vicinity, but I can't remember if he was on the court or even in the vicinity, but you had a dunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, was that?
Am I a career high this year? I think I'm 3 dunks. I'm 3 dunks in.
That is 3, yeah.
I'm 3 dunks. I think that's my career high.
You're going to beat Luka for sure, it seems
You
like.
watched the movie Benjamin Button? So
I
what if
still
I'm
haven't.
getting more athletic in my 30s? Like, that would be a heck of a thing, wouldn't it?
It appears to be the case.
With no screws in my knee, with no almost bad ankle. Yeah, it took me a few years to get healthy.
Next season dunk contest?
No.
At one point of the night that you, I don't know if either one of them work actually. At what point of the night did you realize, shots just wasn't going to fall for you?
I don't know. That's tough. I don't know why you guys want to talk to me.
Well, it's pretty unusual that you shoot 6 for 26.
We gotta win, man. That's all that matters.
Well, and Jason pointed out that you did all the other things to help the team win. You got the ball to Exum, you had 16 assists. Is there a certain point in the game where you just kind of click in and go, I got to do, the shot's not falling, I've got to do everything else?
Yeah, I think so. Just a little bit, trying to get somebody else going. You just saw obviously the shot didn't go well, but just trying to get somebody else going.
I know you don't want to make a habit of it, but what's it tell you that, okay, it wasn't going for me tonight, but look at the way the other guys got the job done?
Great. I mean, we have a great team. That's why we got to win today. Everybody stepped on the court, was playing hard. And in the end, we got to win, which we came here for.
How different do these wins feel, some of the recent ones that you've got based off points in the paint and not having to hit, 15, 16 threes. I think against Denver it was 8 or 9. It was 10 tonight. You've been here a while. You've had a lot of different teams. How different are these types of wins as compared to the way that you guys have won?
Yeah, probably in the past we probably wouldn't have won this game. But the players we have around now just a little bit different, and it's amazing. I think Dante played amazing, and Maxi too. Obviously Kai, Kai carried us today, but even Dante and Maxi, down the stretch they were big for us.
How did you feel after your collision with Wemby?
Sorry?
How did you feel after your collision with Wemby?
Collision?
Like when he was trying to stop you from getting to him.
Oh.
That's the baseline, I guess.
That was good. Yeah. Good. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Counts as a W, obviously. So, what did you think of Exum's play down the stretch?
Yes, it does count as a W. Not all wins are pretty. But just understanding the Exum down the stretch was huge, big threes. Trust with that group that was out there on the defensive end. Offensively, it could be Kai, it could be Luka, it was Exum. Maxi made some great plays, PJ. That group trusted one another. But again, for us not to shoot the ball well, we relied on our defense to help us get this win. And that's, again, San Antonio's a team that puts a lot of pressure on your defense. I thought the guys did a really good job on Victor and Vassell. But again, we're getting great looks. Luka got a lot of great looks tonight, just didn't fall for him. But again, being able to find his teammates and trust them down the stretch is what a leader does, and he did that tonight.
Was there any reason or anything to take away from this game other than that occasionally this just happens?
He's human. I think, he still had a triple-double. I know that's boring, and it wasn't pretty, but to be able to have a triple-double, he didn't shoot the ball well or to his standards, and then to be able to rebound. I thought, again, his leadership and trust down the stretch was big, to be able to find Exum for the threes, to be able to give the ball up when they were fouling, to let someone else get to the free throw line. He did all the little things, but again, for his standards, or the standards that we all kind of hold him to, it just wasn't his shooting night, but he found a way to lead his team to victory.
in ways.
You guys shot 29 threes that hit 10. Those numbers have been down from where they've been a lot of this season. Do you see that as a new normal for you guys? Are you okay with those numbers? With it comes the kind of defensive focus that you're talking about?
If we're going to expend that much energy on defense, yeah, I think that's going to be our new norm. But at some point, the offense will match the defense, and vice versa. The defense will match the offense once we get our legs underneath us. We're getting great looks. I thought Timmy was good in the second half. He had some good looks. Exum hits the big game winners. But I think we're getting good looks. But the defense, as you can see, even on our poor shooting nights in the past, we would definitely have lost this game or games in the past. But we rely on our defense. We're getting stops. I thought another big possession. We subbed our defensive group in. They came up with a foul, but we got two missed free throws in the rebound, so they did their part. And so, again, the special teams and everybody's on pace. And I guess when you look at it, you're not going to always play perfect, but, you found a way to win tonight.
In the similar vein of what you're talking about, you didn't shoot well as Tool One. It also used to be if Luka particularly shot poorly, you definitely weren't going to win. So is that another kind of sign of growth where the rest of the team is obviously kind of built up around him, and you've got other finishers on the court?
Yeah, I think Kai started 7 for 7, so I think that helped. As Luka will probably tell you, he started 2 for 2. He thought he was going to have a big night. It didn't quite go that way, shooting the ball. But again, you bring up a very good point. If Luka is not on, we would most likely lose the game. But to be able to have the team and the depth that we have, there's other guys who can step up, and you saw that this evening.
What do you have to say about the turnovers?
We would like to be a little bit better, but our quarterbacks, as you know, we trust. They're going to make the right plays. Again, Luka has some turnovers there, but give San Antonio credit. They're long and they're active, and they have a guy that can swipe, block or swipe a lot of shots. And so, but that's something that we got to be better at, as we go forward, because every possession is going to mean something as the game's heightened here. So that's something again that we got to get better at.
Can you talk about Kyrie's last 3 performances?
Well, I think with I think he said it the other day, on an empty stomach, and being able to understand the details and push him. We were going to take him out, and he declined nicely that he was not tired. And so, to be able to do the things that he's doing and lead and help lead his team to victory with the fasting is remarkable, and it just shows how talented he is, not just physically but mentally too.
The defense was good, especially accounting for the pace. Were the corner threes, I know you've talked about corner threes, but there's 10 in the first half. I think that was 16 or 17. Is that still a little bit higher than what you're looking for? What was the main breakdowns that you saw?
There was no breakdowns. The game plan was we labeled someone to shoot the threes. He made his first 2, and that was the only 2 shots he made for the half. So that's on the game plan. A lot of times there's not a breakdown. It's who we want to shoot the ball, and the guys are doing a great job of understanding what we're asking to do and who the ball has to find. In this league, there's going to be times when guys make some early, but over the long haul, we believe that the misses will come into play, and we got to be able to rebound. And I thought we did a great job with that of executing the game plan.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What did you see? What was going through your mind when I think the third one where you just pulled it?
Yeah, I think they're playing off me, and clock was running down, and obviously I felt good and had confidence in my shot. So I think it was just going back to what I've done, what I've worked on, and just shoot with confidence. That's the main thing.
You guys are a shot-making team based on Kyrie on a night where Luka, for whatever reason, just can't get his to go. Do you feel responsibility as this team's third ball handler to be able to step up in situations like this?
Yeah, 100%. I think no matter how Luka's playing, if he's playing amazing, he's going to get doubled. If he's playing bad, he's going to get doubled. So he's going to sorry, excuse me. He's always going to create opportunities for everyone to score and make the next play. So I think it's just on us to be confident in that and just do that.
As you're going through the game, are you kind of expecting Luka to snap out of it at some point?
Yeah, I think anyone watching is gonna he's gonna catch fire or hit a few shots, but I think just the way the game was going, it was just a grinded out game, and if he was hitting shots, if he wasn't, it didn't matter. We just needed to get stops, and we were able to.
What does it say to the new way that this team is winning games, that you guys are not hitting 17, 18 threes? I believe you had 10 tonight, but it's much more focused around second chance, points in the paint and defensive stops.
Yeah, I think once we try and make this playoff push, it's going to be important to we're going to have nights like this, and we're going to have to rely on our defense and transition, getting easy buckets, layups, Gafford at the rim for dunks, lively as well. So I think it's sometimes the best way to play basketball is the easy way rather than the hardest shots possible. So
right, it's a real different from where you were to start the year.
Yeah, exactly.
And what do you attribute to the defensive turnaround?
I think it's just guys getting used to each other. Obviously I think it's, we haven't changed anything, but it's more of a buy-in to, what the coaches are doing. The coaches have done a great job of just constantly, being on us about, our defensive rotations. I think one thing that's helped us is, Sweeney's been in the timeout, every timeout, talking us, getting everyone on the same page. I think that's big for us. Just everyone knowing what we're doing and what's the defensive coverage when we're going out. It's the little things that are helping us.
And then you're back in a position, you were having a really strong season until January. How does it feel to be not only back on the court but contributing in crunch time?
Yeah, I think it's a big thing. Obviously when you go down, you're trying to find a rhythm, get back in. We made trades, we did all that, and just to come back in and be able to play and contribute to a win, that's all I want to do, and hopefully can keep going like this, and I can keep helping the team win.
What's it do for this team's mental frame of mind when you can pull out a game like this and Luka's having the kind of night he had?
Yeah, I think it's big, but we've always had it's kind of cliche, but it's always that next man up type thing, and you've seen it with guys being out, and Josh is down now, so Hardy's playing good minutes as well. So it's kind of just always been a theme for this team and throughout this year, and it's no different on a nightly basis. So perfect. Thank you guys.